Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Why Dak Prescott has edge over Jalen Hurts in primetime Eagles-Cowboys matchup. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is currently in the midst of a career-best run. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles are coming off a blowout 42-19 home loss at the hands of the San Francisco 49ers. These two stars will take center stage on Sunday Night Football in Big D with a whole heck of a lot on the line. Dallas can even up the NFC East with a win over Philadelphia. If the Eagles go into Big D and come away with a win, they'll have a 2-game lead and hold the tiebreaker via a season sweep of Dallas. As we've seen throughout the modern NFL, it's going to be about quarterback play. Whoever performs better in this huge rivalry game will have the upper hand when it comes to leading his team to a victory. It was back in Week 9 that Dallas fell to the Eagles in Philadelphia. Late-game mistake after late-game mistake from the boys led to a 28-23 defeat in a game that they should have won. Prescott and company need to rectify this. As for the Eagles, they have not been playing their best football as of late. Last week's blowout loss to San Francisco magnified this. With Philadelphia's defense struggling, Hurts will have to step up on the other side of the ball. Below, we preview this game by looking at these two top-end NFL MVP candidates. Prescott is right up there with Brock Purdy in playing the best football of any quarterback in the NFL. Since Dallas lost to San Francisco back on October 8, Prescott has compiled 23 total touchdowns compared to 2 interceptions in 7 starts. It's not a coincidence that the Cowboys are 6-1 during that span and averaging 36.3 points per game. Hurts and his Eagles have not been as unstoppable in recent weeks. Over his past 7 starts, Hurts has tallied 21 total touchdowns. But he's also turned the ball over 9 times during that span overall. The numbers are pretty similar this season. As you can see, Prescott has done more damage through the air while Hurts continues to do his thing on the ground. But it's all in the advanced stats. Prescott is averaging 6.6 air yards per completion, with 58% of his total passing yards coming via that metric. As for Hurts, he's averaging 6.3 per, with a 56% rate coming through the air. Both quarterbacks are among the league leaders in this category, which means that they have no problem throwing deep. It has been somewhat of a knock on the Cowboys thus far this season. They have only defeated one team all season that headed into the game with a winning record. That came via an ugly 41-35 victory over a now .500 Seattle Seahawks squad back in Week 13. The Cowboys find themselves at 0-2 against teams currently in playoff positioning. Including the loss to Philadelphia, Dallas was blown out by the aforementioned 49ers by the score of 42-10. More to this point. Dallas' ongoing 4-game winning streak has seen the team defeat opponents with a combined 15-34 record. Sure, they have defeated their opponents by a combined margin of 96 points during this 4-game winning streak. But we do have to look at who the boys have gone up against. Prior to falling to San Francisco last week, Philadelphia won consecutive games against the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. They are now 4-1 against teams who would earn a spot in the playoffs if the season ended today. Overall, Philadelphia's strength of schedule stands at .493 with a strength of victory of .484. Dallas has a strength of schedule at .397 with an ugly strength of victory at .330. Both numbers are, by far, the worst of any team currently in playoff positioning in either conference. Micah, Cowboys react to McCarthy's appendicitis. Mike McCarthy didn't feel well on Wednesday morning and, according to others in the building. The Dallas Cowboys head coach looked as if he might need medical attention as he attempted to fight through severe abdominal pain. He'd undergo evaluation that brought about the discovery of acute appendicitis, and he was immediately scheduled to undergo surgery. As it stands, the appendectomy isn't expected to keep McCarthy from being available to coach the Cowboys when the Philadelphia Eagles visit on Sunday, a point driven home by defensive coordinator Dan Quinn. "You think that tough Irishman is gonna miss this game?" said Quinn, who also voiced confidence in the team's process and plan in the unlikely event McCarthy is absent. His sentiments were echoed by special teams coordinator John Bones Fassel, who, along with offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer, conducted practice on Wednesday. "There wasn't much warning," said Fassel. "It was like, here you go. You've got it." Practice was already scripted, like Dan Quinn talked about, following the news. "We just followed along with the plan that was already in motion, and we've got good bodies that can pick it up and keep it going. But it's different, and you miss your head coach, for sure. We're definitely praying for him to get back healthy as soon as possible," said the Pro Bowl pass rusher. "He knows we're getting ready and we'll be ready." Once the meeting started, Bones alerted us to what's going on, but we all go through something in life, and being able to have a squad behind you that's gonna prepare and make things flow as usual, that's what you want, and that's what we have in our guys. Mike has built a great structure around here. We understand what comes with this week. The Eagles are coming to town and we're locked in, ready to have fun. Micah Parsons is in lockstep with Lawrence's statement. "Coach Mike's energy is very contagious, and this is an extremely rare circumstance," said the All-Pro linebacker. "He hasn't missed anything ever. This is for him to be available for the long run. Take care of your business now, and I'll see you later." It's unlikely McCarthy is unavailable against the Eagles, barring a setback in his recovery this week, but the Cowboys have a plan of succession in place and all are confident they can get the job done, either with McCarthy or for him. New details emerge about Dallas Cowboys' interest in Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz remains a free agent, and the Dallas Cowboys could still sign the three-time Pro Bowl tight end. The Dallas Cowboys coach minimized this possibility, but acknowledged that injuries are taken into consideration. The Dallas Cowboys have little depth at tight end. "I know," general manager looks at all of this. "I haven't heard anything about it now, so I don't think so at this point," he told reporters on Monday. "But I have a lot of respect for him as a player. I've always been a fan," he added about Ertz. "But at the moment, at least from my point of view, we are doing well with our group, but we have injuries and things change, so we will look at all the options, as always." Dallas Cowboys have competition for Ertz with at least 3 other teams interested in him, according to Sports Talk. That includes the Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs, and Baltimore Ravens, all serious playoff contenders. While Baltimore has the most pressing need with Mark Andrews on injured reserve, the Eagles, Chiefs, and Dallas Cowboys need the depth behind talented tight ends. After Kittle, 49ers tight end Charlie Warner has a 9-year catch. The Arizona Cardinals waived Ertz on November 30th at his request, and he cleared waivers with no takers. Ertz didn't sign anywhere before Week 13, and time is running out for his Week 14 landing spot. He grew up in Orange, California, and played college football in the Bay Area at Stanford from 2009 to 2012. The Eagles drafted Ertz in 2013 with a second-round pick, and he became a reliable pass catcher for the team until 2021, when the organization traded him to Arizona mid-season. Ertz's time in Philadelphia included a Super Bowl victory, 3 Pro Bowl appearances, and 6,267 receiving yards for 38 touchdowns on 579 receptions. He maintained a solid level of play in the desert, with 130 receptions for 1,167 yards and 8 touchdowns for the Cardinals. Injuries have been a concern for Ertz in recent years, including a torn ACL and MCL in 2022. He also missed 5 games in 2020 with a high ankle sprain and missed 1 game in 2019 with a fractured rib and kidney. Lacerated. And you fan, what do you think of the Zach Ertz situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.